Welcome to Market Wash Live with Gilbert Joekpata. I know I'm late, but there is a reason for this. Network was so bad, and I'm hoping that you could at least hear me and see me. And you know how we always do it. If you're watching live, you go to the comment section and type. If you're watching replay, just go to the comment section and type replay. So if you're watching me live, go to the comment section and type live. If you're watching the replay, you know, type replay. And so without further ado, this is Market Watch Live. What do we do with Market Watch Live? If you're a trader, investor, always regard Market Watch Live like you're the captain of your own investment and trade, right? But then is there a pilot? Is there a pilot of a plane who takes off in the plane without first, finding out the weather forecast for that day? Except a very terrible one. And so, since you are a smart investor and a market watcher, that's why you always start your day, your trading and investment day every Monday right here, on Market Watch Live, with Gilbert Joekpata. What we do is we look at for market events to for and also do price runs, for a while, Mr. Audi has not been with us. So typically, him also being available, we always do analysis on different, Bitcoin and altcoin. But most of this period, I always focus on BTC, Ethereum, Sol, and maybe one or two other assets. And recently, I'm always doing, more analysis on BTC, and this is why it's always important. This is why BTC is always in. BTC always superimposes its wheel, on the rest of other altcoin out there. And so, without further ado, you're watching me live again. You type, okay, Edu Crypto edition live. GM Edu Crypto. I don't know if you have been onboarded yet. I don't know if you have been onboarded yet at the premium channel, for your price. Again, for those of you who won during our last space session with XT, I asked Miss Sammy to get some of your details. I don't know if you guys have received your $200. A person will receive $200, and the rest of other persons who ask question will receive $100. So once you receive your, let me know. Once you receive your airdrop, you let me know. And so, without further ado, welcome everybody. So a lot of things happened. Lots of things happened last week. For over like 3 weeks, we called first of all an upward continuation of BTC to get us to 126. But first of all, we're looking at it taking us to 125 before we have a flush down. And 2 weeks ago, when we started the new investment and trading week, we're like, we think the downside here is over, and so the upward continuation will begin. That was 2 weeks ago. The upward continuation in BTC began. Then last week, we realized that BTC had crossed 125 down to 124. We realized that an uptrend will still take place. Like there was volume, so since there was volume, it will take us to 126 to the 127K zone. Of course, just as analyzed, because the 126K, headed to 127K, and the next thing we told you was that we're expecting a drawdown. And I remember in last week's video, we did a lot of analysis where some of the basic things we're trying to let you understand is that you are the trader in the market. You are still trader. You're not just the trader in the market. Let's make us. You have institutional investors all playing. Investors always socially engineer and exit for themselves, right? I don't know if you remember. There is one thing I always do. You don't just do price prediction. I show you the psychology behind the technical analysis that we do, because most persons don't understand technical analysis is fundamental analysis. I am very much of a fundamental analyst as I am a technical analyst. I am very much of a macroeconomics analyst. And I have said this before where I was like, I have not seen anybody who first priced in macroeconomics to crypto before me and my team of analysts. And I'm not saying in Nigeria or in Africa, I mean in the world. We priced in macroeconomic first. And later on, it became normal. And just like we anticipated, we anticipated a drawdown, to two support levels that actually played. We anticipated a drawdown to two support levels that actually played. And while I'm supposed to have a guest, the guest come here, he was here but had some bad network issues. If he comes here, I'm going to invite him, right up here because I really want us to talk about the bloodbath that happened in the cryptocurrency industry. So, you'll find out, what led beyond the technical analysis and us anticipating the drawdown, but what really led to the drawdown to be our next move, then you are at the right place. Because we're going to dive into these. We do some technical details. Where are we after the bloodbath that we expected? And what should you be doing? But then, without further ado, it's time we dive into the three markets we are watching out for. Top on our list happening tomorrow is the Fed share. The Fed share is about to have a speech. So, why should you always watch out for these three market events? You should watch out for as an investor and market watcher. This is why. Most market events trigger price action. Most market events helps you anticipate in the next 3-4 months to even a year what's going to happen next in the market. And you don't want to be in the market and you don't know that today is CPI number, and if the number come out, prices is going to push up. Or the numbers come out, prices start falling, and you have trades, you're going long when things are about to go down. This is why these three market events are very important. I know that these are things we've taught severally, but our channel is growing. Our channel presently is growing, and there are a lot of new persons who should be new to what we do. And so I don't always mind also still giving instruction here. So top on our list tomorrow is the U.S. Federal Reserve Chairman. He's set to speak, and it's going to give us clue to what's the next move on interest rates. Jerome Powell will be speaking tomorrow, and him speaking tomorrow is going to give us clue of what we should expect during the next interest rate cut. And don't forget, we're anticipating that there will be another interest rate cut before this year ends. And sometimes we think that minus just having an interest rate cut, we may have two. If one, it means that we're going to have a dovish cut, not a hawkish cut. We're going to have strong numbers, probably like the 50 basis points, then likely we may see one. But then if we're going to like moderate cuts, maybe 25 basis points, then we're going to have likely two before this year ends. But then it's not just about anticipating this. Why we're able to anticipate that we'll have more rate cuts is because we had certain data, we had certain clues. But like I used to tell persons, the market is dynamic. The market does not move up in straight line. It does not go down also in a straight line. It's dynamic. And that is why as an analyst, that is why as an investor, you come where we analyze what is happening in the market, what's going in the next direction. And so we are looking for clues from Jerome Powell to be sure that we're going to have rate cut. Sure, we need clues. We're going to have rate cut. We're going to have rate cut. Is it going to be a hawkish cut or is it going to be a dovish cut? This is what we're looking at. And if we have clues that there's going to be a rate cut, it's going to reactivate bullish momentum. Investors will start having this euphoria of, even though this price drawdown has happened, things are about to look good. So it's going to give investors confidence. Traders want to go long. They will go long. But then next on our list is happening on Wednesday, which is the CPI number. CPI number is inflation report. So, CPI number will actually convince the market, if the US economy is in a great form to absorb rate cuts. So if CPI numbers come out low, first of all, let's look at something. If there's clues from Jerome Powell that there's going to be rate cuts, then CPI number comes out. And CPI number comes out, but once it comes out, it's low. It gives us confidence that, definitely, that there's going to be rate cuts is going to not just come, but we're going to have strong numbers. If it's low, we'll be like, we're sure this time around we're going to have like 2 rate cuts. There's how low it's going to be. The pricing, Donald Trump actually play in the market. So CPI number is another thing that we should pay attention for. I don't have the numbers. We always do price prediction, what we also expect in terms of number prediction. I don't have the available data, and then last but not the least, happening on Wednesday is the Esther. All of you, Esther is having an airdrop. I don't know if it's stage two airdrop. I don't know if you, the Esther gangs, you're aware of this airdrop, if you're well positioned to take advantage of this airdrop. But also, the people who are just investors should also know that airdrops like this always creates, it adds more supply into the marketplace, and typically it could cause some drawdown. Why typically airdrops that had to do with staking, why the staking process is taking place, it always lead to upsell in price, upsurge in price. Prices starts going up because many persons are bound or take advantage of the airdrop. I don't know if this is understood, right? So typically this is how it's played. But then a recap of the three market event we had to watch out for before we run down of BTC price action and some technicals is on Tuesday. We are looking for Jerome Powell's speech. This speech is so important as a smart investor, as a market watcher, because we're going to know if the bull market, how intact the bull market is and how high we could go, with clues we're going to receive from Jerome Powell. We're also going to know how many more rate cuts we're going to have. Why the CPI number that will come out on Wednesday is going to tell us the kind of rate cut we're going to have, which is how the economy can absorb. Don't forget, positivity in all of this reflects in the cryptocurrency market. And then Esther airdrop, which is the thing we're having. We have someone here. Who's that creeping on the window? Space says GM is peace. That is it. The crypto is watching live. And some other person we have here is watching live. GM, everybody, GM, everybody. So let's go to the very interesting question of the day. What could that question be? Everybody about the dump that happened, But should I ask, is there a market watcher that was surprised with that dump that happened? Is there any market watcher? Is there any market watcher just tell me I was surprised? Is there any market watcher that saw that dump and was surprised? This is it we have anticipated. We anticipated it even when we're anticipating the upsurge that is to come. And so I think that this was the biggest dump in the history of the cryptocurrency market. It's the biggest dump. It's this over 19 billion wiped out of the market, in the Nigerian pigeon or say no be beans. $19 million, over $19 billion wiped out, no be. Let me see. It's like I'm having bad network, but if you could. Sorry for that short break. Bad network took me out. Yeah, sorry for that. Sorry for that. Adebayo, Didayo. Jerome said GM. Don't worry, bad network took me out, but I'm back. I'm back, guys. So let's do a little bit of some technicals together. So let's find out what led to us being where we're at. So I want to be sure my screen can be seen. So we're really coming along from a long way, man. Do you know how long we've been coming? We remember how well we showed you the inverted head and shoulder and guide you through where here we spotted the double after we spotted this double bottom. We said bottom was going to take us, to the resistance level. Once we got to this a new all-time 126, but we still gave you the scenario of a drawdown that will lead us to scenario one. This was the Fed. Don't forget this range, and this was the local support. But the next thing we let you know is that this is the first range. If this holds, we bounce off to an upward continuation, or we get point and it's going to be a heavy flush out. So why I think that this did not come as a surprise to you guys, something was a surprise to me. The drawdown was never a surprise to me. Of course, we expected it, but let me tell you one thing that was a surprise. I did not expect that this flush out will be something that will happen in 24 hours. And some other person, let me know. Let me know if you could hear me. If you could hear me clearly now, and if you could see my screen, you let me know. And don't forget, give the reaction button, like give them. Don't forget, like the video, like this video. Someone make sure you like this video, and don't just like this video. Those reactions, use those reactions. Let's let X know that we are excited. We are excited to be here. Adebayo, hope you could see my now. Right, since 2020. Okay, Edu Crypto says the sound is clear, quite clear. Something else, please, if you're watching this video, there's something very important you should do. In the description, you will see a link to XT. If you're not signed up on XT, go sign up on XT. Thanks Z. Go to XT, sign up on XT. Use the peer-to-peer market. We are the official partners of XT. And XT has a lot in store for the Nigerian and African markets. There's a lot in store. And our partnership with XT means that we'll have your personal interest. As a smart investor, we'll have your personal interest. All they are coming in store will come to you. Why? Because you're a member of the Smart Investors Lodge family. Just imagine EMA that was held, the space that we held with XT, $200 and $100 for everybody who was speak. One thing I personally made sure happened was that the winners were just members from the Smart Investors Lodge community. Not the only persons there. Followers of XT were all there. But we made sure we were picking members of our community for that. And I'm saying this live. But then, it's just fact. I made sure because that space meeting was held for us. And so the winners should come from us. There's already preparation for a trading competition that is about to be ready. It's ready. I asked them to rather delay. And I told XT, I said, look, the problem I have with trading competition is that it does not favor small players. So big players will come or 10K dollars come and flush out prices. But what about a trader who have $10, who have $20, who have $40? I said, yes, I love volume-based trading competition, but why not we get a kind of trading competition that favors everybody? So we do something like you take two trades in a day, you earn some points, you log in each day, you earn some points, the opportunity to climb through the ladder. It's like I have bad networking. Look like I had bad network back now. Let me know. So what I was saying is everybody have an equal opportunity. Everybody have an equality to climb through the ladder and win. A whole lot of other things are coming, and even job opportunities will be available. But we will put interest as a family and also as a community. And that's why one thing also you guys should do. When you come like this, don't just come and watch. Leave comments. Like Edu Crypto is already a home name. Like Edu Crypto is a home name with his emoji and his display picture. Ogbona Siri used to even be more active. Wizo, and the rest. Don't just come to market watch. Be someone that if an opportunity come, we have provided different jobs for people, who are members of our community. We have 3 jobs. We want to make sure that when we see such job, you come to our mind. So don't just be a member of the family, be a participatory member of the family. That's, let's dive more deeper into that, the price action on BTC. So get this drawdown in BTC. I expected it long ago. Even when we came and we created this new all-time, we said the next level is a down. But what was it I did not expect? I did not expect the flush out to happen in one day. I did not. I expected this to take place, in a couple of days to a week. So what led to this kind of serious flush outs? Look at the flush out from year to year that became the biggest liquidation in the history of crypto. And then you tell me, but we had response support and there was no biggest flush out in the history of crypto. Then support here, resistant to support. What was there a damage? Is there was enough time? Do you see how many days it took resistant level from here? We used one day here, flush down before we were trying to recover. So what happened? The news, Donald Trump announced 100% tariff on China, and typically the market hit uncertainty. So what happened was some leverage traders got liquidated, but then selling, as the firstly, it started flushing leverage. And this was why we asked you to express caution around this level. If there's when you should be buying is always in fear. Who remember when once I was saying, look, when we were down here, I was saying this is time to be buying. If I cash you buying up, then I was like, if I cash any member of Smart Investors Lodge buying when typically you should be thinking of taking short-term profits. That if I cash you, that's because I don't understand why it is always when people should be cautious. It is always when people should be playing defensive, people always like to go offense. And it lets me know how much uneducated people play in this market. It shows me how much uneducated people play in this market. And then, we did not just break through our first scenario one, we had scenario two. But what do I expect? And we go from here. Where do we go from here? I want to show you how much nothing has changed in this market. Nothing has changed. The structure of BTC is still intact. No much damage has happened. The bullish structure of BTC is still very intact, which is you could see we had the inverted head shoulder led to an upward continuation. We formed the bullish flag, got to this point, got to a resistance, and then we detected that there was a range. This was at this point many persons started calling a bear market. We say this was a range. All of these were some of my works, I did last time and all of that. But let me let's take some out. And this was also when we're trying to spot where we think value of this bull run. We'll remember value of this bull run may get to, but of course we may have an overperformance. But let me capture for you clearly how much our structure is still intact on a bigger time frame. Don't forget inverted head and shoulder, bull flag. We got to this point, this became range. Once this became a range, at the bottom of the range, this is local support. made it. Looks like anyone hearing noise from me. That was from me, Wizu. That was from me. Network is not being my friend. But someone confirmed they can hear me now. Please, if you can hear me, just say something. Anyone who can hear me, feel free to say something. Can anyone hear me? Please, who can still hear me? Say something. Use the comment section. Say something. So I'm hoping everyone can hear me and I'm moving forward. So there is one thing that is very important right now is this is not you start going longs, and all of that to make sure there's something called discipline. So if two fighters are fighting in the market, they are fighting knocked out, as of there's a dissipation period where get to what's happening. So why I think the worst out of this sell-off is over, the worst out of it is, the market is not strong enough, to go lose your massive leverage longs, and all of that. Right now, if you're still, I still think if you're dollar cost averaging, it's not a bad idea, because I still think there will still be an upward continuation. The bull market is still not over. It is. If it gets over, I will let you know. We remember how much we've called every move. Literally, is there any move the market has made this bull and we've not called? You know. Also, those in the premium community, we keep hitting back profit back to back to back to back to back premium channel, with trades, and if you check our monthly results, fairly we range between 80% accuracy level. So if the bull market will definitely let you know what's happening. Can I be seen? Yeah, I hope so. I'm hoping so I can be seen. Okay, Stephen hears us loud and clear. So the bull market structure is it's still intact. No change has really happened to the bull market structure. So what do I expect happens next? For me, it's over, and this I mean now is this is not weekly analysis. It's looking at BTC and where we go from here. If you ask me at this point, will we still test this bottom of I'm not taking that we won't test this bottom out, but this anticipation period of BTC, we will go there. And like I've always said, I am not because 180 or 200, that will not happen, but I'm not banking on that. We've stuck to 145 to 150k BTC since, first of all, we said that first in the premium community, December 2022. 2023, everybody was saying BTC will go to 10k. There will be $10,000 BTC. We already say we are bottom, upward continuation, and this is one way we've been able to guide you guys, to make the most out of this bull run. So regardless, I guys were safe. I also hope that despite some of the that happened in the market and all that, you have not had losses that would lead to what I'm seeing. A lot of persons committed. So about the Ukraine investor that lost over, I think, $44 million. He has a Lamborghini Urus. He shot himself. I've seen all of that. I'm really hoping nothing has happened to you. Regardless, please don't always invest more than you can afford to lose. Don't go longs more than you can afford to bear. And if you're ever going any challenge, if you're going through any mental challenge, please, you could always make money that has been lost. Money lost can always be made. But one thing that when it's lost cannot be made back is life, your life. Please Always feel free, always feel free, always feel free to turn with any challenge you would have been experiencing at your trading stage or level. Whatever personal challenge you have, feel free, reach out to me. If I'm not responding, reach out to any of our lead analysts at the Smart Investors Lodge. Whether you need guidance, in trading and all of that, or also want to find out what we're doing at the premium channel. So, someone say, let me check this message out. What's your thought for educational purpose? Bitcoin price target by 2030. Educational purpose. Thank you very much. I think I made this price forecast. I think early this year I did that on Facebook. I think 2030, a $1 million BTC is possible. 2030, a $1 million BTC is possible. 2030, a $1 million BTC is possible. 2030. And this is not just words. I'm saying, if you notice what's happening, we have had institutional adoption right now of BTC. The next thing we are seeing is government of the world is have their regulatory rules. As we talked to you already, the major announcement that the US government may make, minus the BTC they have in their possession, is a Bitcoin reserve. Bitcoin reserve already is a thing. Bitcoin reserve is becoming a thing already. And by this period, I think that the US probably will not just have a reserve. Other countries will realize that the moment US buys, they will front run them. And other countries want to try to make sure they have a fair level of it and not the US totally front running them for the BTC race. So yes, I think a $1 million BTC is possible. 2030. you know well, we will come back and see how well this analysis, this forecast does. Adedayo Jeremy, I say thanks for the encouragement. Thanks also for coming to today's live, and once again, anticipate loss. First of all, if you are not a member of our Discord community, make sure you're a member of our Discord community. Something else, something else you should do: sign up on XT. I don't know how I will say this. Sign up on XT. Sign up on XT. Fund your account. Sign up on XT. Fund your account. Sign up on XT. Fund your account. Try XT out first of all. They have a very competitive peer-to-peer market. The interface, trading, and I've also mentioned how generous XT is. Fund your account on XT, start to trade for like 1 week, and come back and tell me what you would have seen. The last, what happened to me was I received $100 voucher, $50 voucher, $20 voucher, $200 voucher. I said, what will I do with all of these? I needed to even place trades before they expire. That is how generous XT is. But minus this, like I've said, we're in partnership. And so what I mean is, if you have certain issues, with while using it, it's not like some other exchange that in our I know that our community, we're vocal. Most persons may have issues with very big exchanges there. I will always be able to reach out to them or other project and get your problem solved. But when it comes to this particular exchange, if you have some issues, if I call the African director, he will pick up the phone, just to us. So you are safe, not just safe. The proof of reserve is there, and all of that. And then XT has special plans for Nigeria and Africa. And as a community, as a family, we are well positioned, from the trading incentive, the competition, educational process, physical events, to even if jobs are available. As a community, we stand to benefit all of these from them. And the first process you will do is sign up. I wish you all, more. And why we anticipate our trading competition, and another reason you should sign up, our trading competition, will also seen as well to the public, a beginner's guide to cryptocurrency who want to trade for a. However, if probably you're a trader and you're looking at trading for a living, go pro trading. That is where the advanced guide would be something you would need. We'll also do another course on analysis. For those of you who want to be market analysts, we'll do another course for you. Totally, all of this thing is going to be free. Had a reason not to do it for free. Guess what? I'm in a call from the person I just told you guys about. So that's my time, guys. At the same time next week Monday for another Market Watch Live. Thanks, everyone.